welcome YouTube to the deck. I guess I would just make it into the random time, but the idea with this deck is basically the same method that already worked for me before, and just gonna talk a bit about choices. So this deck plays 24 lands, but 2 of them are the Kazuuls Fury, so it's kind of a spell as well. And for you that you don't know, Kazuuls Fury is a flink effect, so you can sacrifice a creature and deal damage equal to the creature's power to any target. And it's also a tap land that taps for red, which is kind of nice. Then 2 free access score, and Pendlehaven is an addition I made to the deck. I think Pendlehaven is super strong. It's much stronger than other cards like what was the guy playing? Kazuuls Wolfrun. I think that's kind of like nonsense to play. Gunnerborn, Zingboth Nexuses, and one of the things I'm more, not 100% on is the Grove of the Born Willows, that you can tap it for a color mana, paying 1 life. I think kind of defeats the purpose of an aggressive deck to give your opponent life, but maybe not dying is more important. So when we tap this for color and we 1 life to our opponent, it's not as important as not dying to a Death Shadow, for example. And then 3 forests and 1 Crown of Souls, and then the pathways are just amazing lands for this kind of deck, because most of the time we only need a colorless land anyway, so we don't really care which side it's on, and we only need 1 green source and maybe 1 red source, so drawing 2 fixes your mana for the whole deck. Then the rest of the main deck is kind of a typical Harness Scales, with the difference that we play in Surgical Extraction and Lightning Bolt, which gives us some reach, gives us some removal main deck, which has been pretty nice, honestly. Pretty free as well. And we also, this kind of plays around Blood Moon much better than other splashes, let's say. Then Scales, Animation Model of Workers, Stone of Gas, Silver Seals, Avant Ravages. This is all very standard. Then 3 Scrapyard Combiners, they've been pretty good. Not amazing, but fairly decent. Even as an overcosted Worker. Worker is secretly one of the best cards in the deck. Doesn't get a lot of love, but it is. So basically playing 3 mana for a worse Urban Worker that has some upside if you get to untap with it, it's kind of nice. And then Walkers and Ballistas, of course. Another sideboard, that's where I made most changes. I removed the Alpine Moons. I think those cards are pretty garbage. And I added, what did I do? I don't know if I added the second Veil or a third Damping Sphere to combat the Tron decks, which are relatively popular in MTGO. And then I added 2 Boils to deal with both the blue decks and the Titan decks, which I think are kind of not necessarily maybe the blue decks, the Omnath decks, but the Titan decks, I think, one of the worst matchups. And most of the other things I've been bringing in versus them, it has not been very effective. And I almost always, if they make a lot of zombies and they tap out for it, you can kill them on the turn, the crackback, let's say. But it's definitely been dying a lot to the Valakut triggers. So if they have Valakut triggers, that means they have Dryad of the Elysian Grove, that means that you can boil it. You can boil their lands, and if you boil the lands, well, you basically just win because they need lands to win, right? So, oh no, plenty of time, guys, plenty. So let's see. Let's see the boil. I don't know how strong it would be, but I think it's kind of nice having a 4 mana win the game button. I tend to keep these hands, because I feel like all you need is a threat, and the hand just starts like turbo. We have removal. So we have removal, which is not so common in Scales, but we have it. We have removal. My camera is kind of messed up. Here you go. So we have removal. We have all the enablers in the world. So we keep. Oh man, it feels so good to play Scales. I thought that deck would be better. Okay, we're playing against Sponzo. Oh no, it's Dredge. Okay, this hand is not amazing against Dredge. Who knows? Who knows? If we draw, having drawn the Zingma. Okay, they put Life from the Loam. I think it's Dredge just 3 only, right? So they will put Life from the Loam in there. They get a Price Amalgam, and they Dredge, Creeping Chill, and a Stingray Imp. It's pretty strong start by them. So we go at 17, and they even cycle the Forgotten Cave, but they find no Narcomoeba, but they found the Ghoul. So the Ghoul will trigger. Very strong start, what can you say? They have it all, basically. So they have a Priced Amalgam. We need to draw, not this. I don't know if I want to just bold this, or bold it will save me 3 damage. Oh, I cannot bold it now, so fuck it. So play animation model on the Ozolith, and we wait. We hope, basically, to draw a threat next turn. If not, we probably play that, because they're gonna hit us for 6, go to 11. They even know they don't have another Forgotten Cave, but they have the Thug. Oh, they have 2 prize models. Okay, so we're pretty dead here. If they, especially if they get another Creeping Chill, they have Narcomoeba, and why would they not do this on the right? So yeah, we absolutely need to draw something that puts counters. Yeah, this is not, we're not so prepared on this matchup as in the other matchups. We only have like 2 relics of Progenitus. So I feel that's when Dredge can be, like, Dredge is pretty bad deck, I think. Like, they had a very strong start. They put like 9 power on the graveyard, right? So they also have conflict rate, so can they kill us? Discard X cards, they have 5, so they can deal 5 to us. So we go down to 4, 3. Quite strong start. So we're pretty dead. Like here, I don't know if there's anything that can save us here, but being on the draw versus Dredge, and then putting turn 2, 9 power into play, plus a Creeping Chill, plus a conflict rate on the graveyard. I mean, yeah, Life from the Loam getting back a cave so they can cycle it. And we can make a servo. So we can make a servo that we can protect with this thing. We just saw that. Alright, so our hand did not bode well versus what our opponent was up to. I mean, Surgical is good. Torpor is actually decent in this matchup. It stops the Pest Amalgam. And the Ox of Agonas drawing cards, which is kind of decent. I think the rest is kind of bad. I think Lightning Bolt is very bad. Skyvy Recon Miner is pretty slow. And Throne of God is so... I like Silverseer. I got Silverseer just because they have a Dark Blast, and yeah, it's just very embarrassing. One card I've been missing a bit is like 1 Welding Jar. Well, this is a good hand. We have a Surgical. We can Surgical like the Priced Amalgams. We can Surgical the Creeping Chills. Not too bad. And without Creeping Chills, I have a pretty hard time bringing back the Priced Amalgams. So it's kind of nice. So Surgical, definitely a cool card. And yeah, we don't have red in our match, but we only have like 1 red spell now. I really want to try Boil. I don't know if this is this the old school Boil, the 7th edition? That's when I started playing. So opponent is mulliganing. We go turn 1 Scales, and if they, I think I want to Surgical. Probably want to Surgical the Price Amalgams, right? I actually don't know. I've never played Surgical, so... But it looks like you want to Surgical the Price Amalgams. More than any Dredger, so they can find another Dredger, so that's not so important. Creeping Chill, you take 2 to prevent 12 damage, I guess, in total, which is kind of good. I guess I'm just gonna jam this Hangalog Walker, or what we do here. Yeah, I'll do that, I think. And then we can pump in next turn and Throne of God. So yeah. So I'm playing Scales, bro. Yeah, probably Priced Amalgam is the card we wanna be. Okay, so they either have a Bolt, which I don't think so, or they have a Ninja's Claim, yeah. So we gain 4 life though, so that's something. We, only get a 1/1, but still can play the Ozolith and Throne of God next turn. So opponent on 6 cards. Okay, they play Shearcorn. Probably they didn't have his turn. They just drew these, right? They miss a land drop. Interesting. That's Ravager. That's pretty good. I don't think attacking mix does so much. I don't think Ozolith is not necessary. Huh. I guess I'll name Beast. Doesn't matter. I could play Ravager and Pump here, or I could play the Ozolith and Throne of God, or the Ozolith and Ravager. I think I like the Ozolith and Ravager the best. And then we can play Throne of God later. So this actually ensures our... I'm gonna hit them for 1. Not very impressive, but... The meal... Life from the loam. Again, I don't think I care so much about the dredgers because they can always find another dredger. It's much better to hit their payoffs, I think, because they have Price Amalgam, Silver Ghoul, Narcomoeba, and the Ox of Agonas. And I think, seeing that they're a bit short on mana, so I'll put stops on their upkeeps. Let me heal. So see, like, if I had to, like, exile the Price Amalgam, like the Life from the Loam. Now the choice is to see if we wanna... I would like to stop here, too. They said not to dredge, funnily enough. So they find the land. Very lucky. Like, they don't play that many lands. I guess they have a Cathartic Reunion here. Down to 14. So we get to untap, we're in a decent spot. We can make this a 3-3. Yeah, we're in a pretty decent spot if we get to untap. Okay, opponent is not casting anything, which is kind of funny. So that's a Nozzleid. So I will... Yeah, it doesn't matter, right? So I'll tap these, play Thunder Geth. We can always sack the Ozolith and play another Ozolith. It could be that they're holding this up to get Narcomoeba. Like, but I don't know. I'm curious. Maybe they just claim the Ozolith in response, or okay, they just destroy these. I think we'll let it go and put the counters over the Hangabak, right? Just the best. Play. Can sack the Ozolith and play another Ozolith. Does that do more? No. So now we put the counter. We can exile the Ancient Grudge. I don't think... maybe they actually target the Ozolith, so... What we can do is to go to combat. And I'll hit them. I waste the mana, sort of, but... I think this is okay. We can sack the Ozolith in response of their... If they want to flashback the Ancient Grudge. Which I honestly always wonder why they play. Like, why people would play Ancient Grudge. It's not that many artifacts. So, yeah, they're just getting a lot of dredgers but no payoff. So this is an instant, right? So they can do it whenever they want. Well, they gotta pass the Amalgam now, but we can do it on trigger, so we don't give them more info. No creeping chills yet. It could very well be that they target this the Ozolith. Oh no, they just target here. Guess we sacrifice the Hangavak. I mean, we get an extra counter out of it. They use 1 mana. Maybe have Nature's Claim to kill this. That'll be kind of a pity, but... Lose 4 counters in that exchange. But I still see them, they're quite choked, let's say, on payoffs. And in this case, I may actually end up just... I don't know if Dark Blast is an instant. Do you guys know that? Okay, Torpor Orb is decent. The Torpor is really good, actually. So we're gonna start by putting the counters over to the top there. Maybe the Dark Blasted. guess I can keep dredging this and killing all our doctors. I guess I can still sack here, right? Proliferate, done. I may actually, since we have the torpor, I may actually surgical extraction this. Because next turn we could actually kind of win. I'm gonna attack, they go down to 9. I don't know. If I want to surgical extraction that, or... So I play Torpor. Torpor is good because it stops the price on item. So if I surgical extraction this and they get exactly creeping chills going, we don't lose, but we don't win. But we put 5 counters here, plus the proliferate is gonna be 6 counters here. So 6 plus 3 is plus 2 is 8. So it's not lethal, but almost. And then they cannot take any single point more damage. I think I'm gonna do it. So they have Springwing, they have a pretty crappy hand. Amalgams, Oxes, Cathartic Reunion. So they kept the chills. So you just need to be hopeful and exile the chill. So they have Sting with him, Silver Gore Mole, and Ox of Agonas. So yeah. So they need to get Dredge something really good here. And we have Torpor Orb, so the price amalgams are not coming back. The Ox of Agonas is not good. So their hand is, yeah. Okay. So their Dredge did nothing. They dredge. It doesn't tell you what they dredge, but this is a life from the loam, most likely. Yeah. So the Mountain, Forgotten Cave, and Copper Line, Gorge. So they can now cycle the Forgotten Cave and dredge 3 more or 5 more if they want to. Creeping Chill, strong. I think getting the Rift of the Dark Plus was good. But you can see it didn't trigger the Surprise Amalgams because of the Torpor Orb. Yep. So I can sack here. I'll sack the Ozolith because we drawn 2. It's not the strongest. Well, at least, yeah, best amalgams were not an issue. I have nothing to this turn, so I pass. We need to draw, like, yeah. So Narcomoeba is good because it blocks. But if we draw Ballista, for example, we can get rid of it. They got life from the loam again. So, red. That's a Sting with him. So this is actually giving them... So this has like I mean, if we draw Ballista, I don't think they have any card that is not Dredger in hand. Ballista. And our draws has been, let's say, less than ideal. Therefore, guess we don't attack, we just wait. Others has been very medium. Very anemic draw, if you know what I mean, guys. Like we have Ballistas, Hangavax, all of that does a lot. I guess we can block here. But eventually we'll find enough Creeping Chills to beat us. Yep. So now Creeping Chill, we are on to 10, they're up to 7. Again, Ballista still does it. Yeah. But both Ox of Agoness and Plasma Items don't do much. There's still a 5-3 or a 4-2. They life from the loam, so they keep doing this. They've done this a few times already. They will play a land, may shock even. No. Problem is we're at 10, even though we were at somewhere at 24, but flyers are blockers. What can we do here? Yeah, we need like Ballista. I think pretty sure it does it because we can sag the Doctor to the Turn of Geth and put the counter on the Ozolith and then move them to the Ballista and win the game that way. I think Hangavag could do something fairly similar. We could just make a bunch of top tiers. They cycle this again. This is such a strong card in Dredge. And they get a bunch of dudes. They get something, I don't know. I'm probably gonna put the Zingmoth under the bus if they attack. This is still only game 2. But yeah, I don't know what else could do something here. As I said, we are not very ready for this matchup. So they're leaving only one blocker? Okay. As I said, maybe I put the Ingmouth under the bus here. So this can block the... No, this has life death touch, so... We just need to get rid of this dude. So... Just to be at a life total that we don't die to. So we come here, we come here. This. Or do we prefer to lose the Ingmouth or to lose a top tier? I think I prefer to lose the Ingmouth, honestly. These two guys down. I take one. Oh, they come back. Oops. But at least I didn't wanna lose more life. Come on, baby. Armand Worker is this. So we play Arvan Worker. We sacrifice it. Put one counter over here. Then it gets another counter. It's a 3-3. This has two counters. The move here is a 5-5. Yeah. I don't think it's good enough. Because with 5 and then they will attack us and kill us most likely next turn if they find just one more creeping chill. So I guess we play it anyway. So that's the thing, right? If we sack, comes here. I wish we had scales, but they got it. We put 3 counters here, 2 counters here, then 2 counters here is 5. So it's a 6-6, and that's not enough. They're at 7, sadly. So I think we need to try to block once again. Block, sag, do all that good stuff. They have 2 more creeping chills to use, I think. We could also... No, it is not. This doesn't work. But I think we can proliferate. If we can proliferate again next turn, this actually works. So nothing was found. No dark blood, not the that's a conflagrate yet that I can see. Only 16 cards left. 10 cards in 16 cards in hand. No, 8 cards in hand. Alright, chat. So we're here in the Ballista waiting room. Always a place to be. I should make it. I can make these things now where I can put like this channel point stuff. So live from the loam is casted. They will cycle the thing. Play a mountain. Maybe they have a conflagrate actually. That'd be really strong. No, they cycle it. They put 5. They dredge 5, I guess. They finally gave in chill, so that we were dead if we had done the attacking thing. They go up to 10. This is becoming harder and harder, this game. Maybe I should Georgie call this. Keeping chill away. But I was seeing myself just losing if... Yeah. They gain 3 life this turn, so they can return these guys. I think they will not attack with this thing with him this time around. So will not take any damage. But they have one more. But if they find a conflagrate, which they haven't yet, we are pretty dead. Man, Dredge, it's such a bad deck. I feel like, I mean, come on, like, we have drawn very poorly. We've drawn 3 Oscillates this game. 3 of them. And we have not drawn any action. That does a lot. I think they will attack with the Silver Mole Ghouls. Well, I guess we found some hate in the top orb. Or maybe they're not. They will not do anything. Oh yeah, they will. Okay, so this is actually pretty nice that they do this. So we can do... You block here, you block here, you block here. Say, okie dokie. You sacrifice yourself for the cause, put the counters over here. Now Ballista wins, like he has been winning for a long time now. And we say, okay. Nice. So we take no damage, and we get rid of the Narcomoeba. Maybe should have now. I couldn't have done any other thing. So they get back the other Silver Gormol, and yeah. It's too bad these guys can block. What is an imp, guys? Do you guys know? I don't know. They discard. Hopefully not conflagrate now, Silver Gormol. No, I'm missing a land. Oh no, I'm not missing a land. Oh! Oh, this is gonna win me the game! Yes! I've been waiting for this my whole life. Basically. Hell yeah. Yes, I thought it was costing 4 mana. Yes. I don't have a spot up here. And they're like, oh yes, it's attacking. We got this. No, you don't. No! Oh yeah, fuck. I'm almost not there. I need to sacrifice here because they're gonna gain 1 life from tapping this. Okay. Almost badly. This almost cost us here. I think I'm not doing this correctly. Cool. Kazuuls Fury. Choose any target. You. Pay a red. I almost kill myself there. Yes! We beat them! We beat them with Kazuuls Fury. It happened! I'm gonna put it in the Discord. I need to paint this. Yeah, oh yeah. Hell yeah, man. We beat them with Kazuuls Fury. Ooh, but this game was, I mean, I think I don't dislike Steelers here, actually. I mean, this dice to Dark Blast. That's very bad. Yeah, Dark Blast just, it's a beating. Yeah. think we kind of can't really play that. That throne, mates, that throne did it for us. That really got us just enough counters to beat them. Hell yeah. I have double Ozolith, Ballista, Scrapyard. I mean, if they played like last game, problem is we don't have hate, but I mean, we have 3 pieces of hate in a whole deck, right? So mulliganing for it seems not ideal. Maybe they Nature's Claim against the Ozolith. It's quite grindy this matchup if they don't like blah you. Like if they blah you and they put 15 power in turn 3, then you're like, okay, we lost. Because you started, you need to think you need to start. You started the game at 8 life. So the opponent keeps 5. We're gonna go turn 1 Ozolith. Hopefully they Nature's Claim it. Mega Molt. Keep this up. I keep these stops because they're kind of useful. I have the wrong inbound nexus again. It sucks. I kind of be missing 1 forest in this deck, but maybe just me. So we play this. Okay, I gotta change this thing. Where are you? Do you guys think they Nature's Claimed it? Haha! That's why we play everybody. When I go to my LGS, they ask me, why would you play for Ozolith? Isn't it legendary? Hell yeah. That's why. I mean, if they have Cathartic Reunion, though, life is not easy. But whatever. No Cathartic Reunion, please. No Dredgers, at least. Oh, nothing? They just straight up. Maybe they have Ancient Grudge. It's really a beating, I guess. But I mean, if they use the Ancient Grudges on this, they don't do other things, right? So, Relic of Progenitus. Very, very interesting play. I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play the Ozolith. I may actually play the Relic. Doesn't do much though. Maybe it's better to save it. It seems they didn't have Cathartic Reunion, so maybe they're probably holding on some amount of interaction. I'm gonna play the Relic. Don't know about this. We'll exile one of the cards straight away. Even a land is not so bad to exile here. I wonder what their hand is. Maybe I should just play the Relic and hold it open, but maybe they have a Ancient Grudge for the Relic. Oops. So they have Ancient Grudge. Again, they drew Ancient Grudge and Nature's Claim both games, and they play only one of each. Maybe. That's strong. That means our second Ozolith is also dead, which is probably not good. But maybe I should hold on to the Relic and just use it when they found a Dredger. So no, they have Ancient Grudge, they can flashback. Yeah. I'm guessing they will flashback it and kill the Ozolith. Right? Kazuuls Fury. I could play the counter and play the Scabiar Recombiner. Say, doesn't matter really, but say Beast just for fun. So I could play the Scrapyard. They will most likely still kill the Ozolith, right? And then if we get to untap with this, we can start making, like, looking for Hangabag Walkers and Ballistas and stuff. And if they, I mean, of course, if they Ancient Grudge it, we lose the Scrapyard, but we get counters on the Ozolith, so we can put it on Ballista next turn. Or in Mod Nexus. Or maybe they just forget they have Ancient Grudge, who knows. But yeah, maybe holding on to the Relic, playing a Worker. They probably just kill the Ozolith then, right? But that was not that well played. And then I could played the relic now, exile it, and they lose Ancient Grudge. Red. Oh. Oh, okay, they have both, so they have all the removal in the world. Did not play around it. Oh, and they have the Dredger. I think this game is over. Sadly for us. With the Dredger and the... Yeah, so, yeah, whatever. I did not expect Lightning Axe on top of the Ancient Grudge, on top of the Nature's Claim. Am I wrong for this? I don't know. Hopefully they miss here. They got Narcomoeba and a goal. No Creeping Shield though. But they get another Dredger. Ugh. Ugh. Okay, let's draw the relic, guys. Come on, focus. No relic. Okay, so they have a Dredger and that card. Then just gonna play Ballista for X equals 2. Yeah, maybe I should play around the Lightning Axe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. But this is actually, you know, with Ravager and, you know, we draw... Problem is we don't have, like, mana to cast Scales, which is really awkward. So... They Dredge Sting with him, so their hand is Sting with him, Blast Amalgam, and a lot of other stuff, but no Creeping Shields yet. So I would love to draw Surgical Extraction to hit on this. I don't think they have the Lightning Helix kind of card, you know? Lurus is so good in this kind of situations. Yeah. Let's see, maybe they don't have more, they kind of have more interaction because they just put things on top. God damn it, more cards. So I guess I'll just attack, I guess. Is they block? Yeah. So I mean, I like keeping a counter here. So okay, so we will go ahead and play the worker. We can pump this end of turn. Or we can even sacrifice it and kill something if needed. They don't have a Dredger right now. Oh, they have Life from the Loam. Yeah, oh my god, they found it all, eh? Ooh, they missed again? Seems like it. So they have... Their hand is Sting with him, Life from the Loam, and an unknown card. So they get back land. Okay. So they have 3 lands, 2 Sting with hims, and an unknown card, which I'm assuming is also land. They are F6, so... Scales could be a good draw. Rally could be a good draw. Torpor would be a decent draw. Hangavak is not a bad draw either. I guess we attack, we put them 11. We can play Hangavak. Hold on, yeah. So they got to 11. Problem with this is that it already has Kazuuls Fury, right? So, but I guess we go ahead and play like this. Play Hangavak. Maybe next turn we can sack it to deal some damage. Yeah, we can maybe engineer a kill next turn. Another option would have been to sack here, put a counter, that would be 4. Nah, that's not as good. So yeah, they end up, now they can start doing the loop with Life from the Loam. Huh. I wish I had Lightning Bolt that way, in a way. So they dredge, they find nothing, good. But they found a Forgotten Cave, which is really strong. Now they can do 2 dredges a turn. But, you know, They just can't sit. Now, this is a mistake. They could life from the long, get this back, but yeah. Oh, you're drawing. Worker. Okay. As we could play the worker and do some stuff. Cool! We beat them! Yes! We beat them with Kazuuls Fury. Easy. It finally happened, guys. It finally happened that we Kazuuls Fury somebody today. And Exaxive as well. Like, we threw a top there and I'm like, fuck. Like, that card is literally... This card is literally a dude. I mean... It's like a big dude throwing another dude off a cliff. The toll, it says, the toll is steep, but the cliffs are steeper. Oh man, I wish I was a lore writer for Magic cards. It just seems really fun. Yeah, I mean this hand is not even bad, right? We are on the play. We play Steel Series turn 2. We can, depending, and then we can go follow up with Hangavak, grafting. Yeah, it's not bad. So I think I'll start anyway with Unhonorable. We have no turn 1 play. And then, yeah, pass. We're playing in the Stay Rospect. Wow. Opponent seems to be in the Bolt kind of camp. So maybe we just want to play a Hangavak and get it bolted. And then next time play the Steel Overseer. Maybe they don't have the Bolt from that time. This is because, or I could play the Throne of Geth, but then we open ourselves up to Remand. Huh. It's actually an interesting situation. I mean, I would normally play the Steel Overseer, but it looks like it would get bolted immediately. Yeah, Mono Green Scales is really cool. I think you should buy Mono Green Scales. Red is mostly a meme or an experiment. So we play Hangavak, they bolt it, we get to put some pressure at least. Whereas if we play this and they bolt it, it's super light, and we still have a Hangavak in hand. So I like playing Hangavak here. And then saving the Steel Overseer for when they have used some of their... If they bolt it before the graph triggers, well, we still have the graph trigger for later. Oh wow, they have 1 mana counter spell. Oh, spells, man. Such a bad card, but so good versus us. So good versus us. I'm gonna play like this, and I'm gonna, I guess, tap here, play Ozolith. Hey, hello. Remand? Force of Negation. Opponent, I would like to play Magic. Can I? In this case, I'm gonna jam... I'm gonna jam the Steel Overseer here. They have yet another counter spell. Okay. Okay, opponent. Maybe just have a Remand. Shock. I mean, we dealt 4 damage to them. Shock the Boom for X equals 0. Okay. Can I get behind that? Shocking for that. So... play Worker. And... should I play Worker? Should I play another Worker? They could have a... play another Worker. Don't want them to... I mean, not the best use of our mana, but... also, Hangava kind of sucks if they can... I like to play with this on. So we're playing in some red... Maybe the Jeskai deck that Aspiring Spike plays. Or maybe just, yeah, it is, right? Okay, so nothing from opponent. Shock. Sure. So we will tap here. Cool. We will attack. Or try to. I don't really think. I mean, they have Cryptic Command here. So I don't want to play into the Cryptic Command. So I'm not going to play any of these. I'm going to go for it. They have Path now. They have Path. But then we get to... I mean, we put them at 7. So they're dead next turn regardless. Not bad, right? I mean, they could have... And we also hold on to access score. Okay, 4. This is a shark, right? Return to hand. Dude, I'm gonna sack this. I don't want him to draw a card. So the Cryptic Command will fizzle. No legal targets. PogChamp. Land. I guess they can get the Cryptic back. But if they have another Cryptic. Okay, that's a land. That's very good. Maybe they get a Shadow Typhoon. This dies. Snap. Sure. Snap what? Force of Negation. Okay. Snap Force of Negation. I guess it's the only thing they can cast, right? Sure. So they go down to 4. But they have a Force of Negation up. So, but what I can do is play a Ballista here. Oh wow, they have more. Okay, they have Remand. Oh. I mean, actually that sack maybe could have won. They can put something back on top, but that means they cannot shock. Which is... So therefore, you don't fetch. 3 cards in hand. Red, white, Lightning Helix. You can ping them so they don't gain life. They should ping there. They were dead anyway, but... Cool, we beat the Jeskai control. They are playing Island, so we like this. I like Relic, they play Snapcaster. I don't know about Bolt, seems kind of bad. Bale, they play a lot of counter spells, right? So Bale looks good. Bolt looks bad. I don't know about Surgical. Could be good, I guess. Can get Cryptic Command. Animation Module. Okay, Scrapyard recommend I'll cut 1. I'll cut this card on the play, on the draw, I mean. Since we have the relics, which I think are better than Surgical because they don't cost you a card at least. Oh, they're surprised. So I'll cut 1 and I'll cut... See myself cutting a Throne of Death. I don't know about it though. It's really good. I think Scrapyard is the most embarrassing. They have Lightning Helix, so it's really bad to play this into Lightning Helix or a Bolt. I need to check what the Spike's playing on his deck. It's this deck. On the sideboard, they play Time Reinforcements, the 4th Hero Dominaria. They play the... Yeah, they play... What's that called? Madcap Experiment, sometimes. But we can beat that pretty easily with Ballistas and Ravagers and all that. And Boil, I think it's really strong. So let's try like this. Relics, Animation Modules, Bales, Boils. We got the Scrapyards mostly. We got Steel Overseer. And we got The surgical. I don't know about the surgical though. Maybe I want to cut. Maybe I want to do this. Maybe the relics are better for the other decks, for the other control decks. Kazuuls Fury won us a game, guys. How does that feel? So yeah, basically Silver Seer was a beating for them this game. Oh, I still don't understand that much the GRUUL. I have not really given enough thought to this. The fact that this gains them life seems to go against our plan. Just a friend from my high school found out that I'm actually playing MGU. So that's one of the best sites, you know. Cool. I'm just gonna play these. I'm just gonna play these. I'm play Worker. If they want to bolt it, bad, but it's not the end of the world. Bailey's bad on the play, on the draw, but whatever. Yeah. They cannot really play. You know, they probably have Rayman here, so there's no need to play towards it, right? So you can just play this and. I mean, I don't want to play into Rayman, and they kind of blind me Helix, so yeah. Maybe they cut the Raymans, I don't know. But still, it feels pretty bad to play into a... Oh, they miss a land drop. Opponent missing land drops. You got love to see it. Okay, we play this. Probably hit them. And then we play Ballista. And if they Rayman, we snap bail that. And so then they'll get to draw and everything. So they go to 17. Cool. Yeah, tap like this. We want Ballista. That means they probably have a lot of removal, but... Okay, so we don't want them to Rayman this, so... I think they draw a card, right? If we do this? No. So this thing resolves. They don't draw a card. Oh, they do draw a card, right? They still draw a card with Rayman. That's kind of brutal. No, we draw a second Ballista, and we have a Ballista, right? Okay, they found a land. I guess it has to happen. I guess I'm just gonna jam a Ravager here. Okay, people. Anger of the Gods. No reason to pray. This is already an act of the gods. So... I hope they don't have a non-removal spell, but I like putting the pressure, you know? They have double removal spell, this is when it gets a bit tricky. They also look for a mountain, which means that they are fairly far away from... They only have one white source, two blue sources. They find flagstones, so they can Cleansing Wildfire their own flagstone if they want to. Okay, Rain Helix. They have path, right? But we don't want them to gain life, so just go here, yes. Cleansing Wildfire, sure. So I think Scales maybe even does it here. Because we play Scales now. Well, they're ramping, which is good for them, I guess. I did not know that Rayman still draw the card if you... Oh, we're doing lots of lines here. So we're gonna play the Ravager, hold on Veil. I'm not drawing our grindy cards this game. But, well, I mean... The Mystic Sanctuary back, Aligning Helix, I'm guessing. Or an Anger of the Gods, that's also really strong. That sucks, because that means that... So they cycle this for 0, yeah. Damn it. I think this is GG. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We still have a lot of lands. We may ping them for 2. Okay, I'll sacrifice this. Yeah, drawing. We are missing like a Ozolith or Scales here, and this game will be 100% ours. So we will ping them. Ping them. They're still at 10 though, so I mean, and they have used I think the 2 Mystic Sanctuaries they're running, so we're only afraid of Bolt from here. Huh. May I save this if we draw an animation module? We flooded a bit. We draw 7 lands. We draw more lands than our opponent. I'm pretty sure we have less lands in our deck. So opponent passes. Okay, that's an Emerald Nexus. We're breaking, guys. But I mean, animation module with a Veil Protection and the Llano Reborn can do some stuff. They find land, they pass. I can try to. I mean, I don't. Ooh, boil. Okay, that's a plan, guys. That's a plan. So we activate Emerald Nexus. This will kill all their lands except 1. So maybe they make a big shark and then we boil them. Or they just bolt. Sure. So I'm not gonna boil them, of course. But yeah, if they make a big shark, I'm 100% gonna boil them. No sharks. Land, fetch. Maybe the Jamma Jays, maybe we want to boil in response. Or the Fairy. Okay. Okay, wait. I'll let this resolve so they don't gain a life. So I guess resolves. Red. Colorless. 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 Okay, no, you have 1 land now. Okay, so animation module. Well, guys, I think we are ahead of mana. No. I shouldn't have tapped these, but whatever. I mean, we can make infinite blockers until we find something. And we have Emote Nexuses, we have Ballistas, we have a lot of stuff. So I would say yes and no. Kazuuls Fury, okay. Not the best card ever, but maybe eventually we can kill this. So we pass. We boiled them. They also cannot fetch, interestingly. I mean, if they attack, we make another servo. You know, I'm gonna try to start growing 1 servo actually. Oh, Urban Ravager. What do you think, guys, about Boyle? Is it a good card? So yeah, now I can make a 4/4 Ravager. That's pretty nice. Yep. Opponent has 2 cards. That's a Jeskai Wildfire on their thing. Sure. But we still have a Veil, so even if they find a whatever. So my plan here, maybe we can even make it happen already next turn, is to sack the Ravager to kill this Platinum Imperium. And then I think then we can just beat them. Yeah, I think we got these guys. With the Kazuuls Fury again. But they could have, oh, they could have a Force of Negation, so... Oh, Ingmar. That's nice. We play these. Maybe this can see immediately. Nope. So the plan here, we will make this Ravager an 8/8, sacrifice it with Kazuuls Fury, shoot this dude. So we do this, guys. Check this out. I guess we can make a circle. Who cares? So now we take red here and here. Oh no, shit! Oops, I misplayed a bit there, but who cares? I thought, what am I doing? It is an 8/8. I mean, math is hard. No. So we're gonna tap here, Kazuuls Fury, targeting this, sacrificing this creature. Modular goes here. Yes. 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 No, 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 no. Oh man, if they have a oh, they don't have it. If they have Force of Negation, fuck, I had the Veil too. And this is probably one of the styliest wins I've ever had. Like, Kazuuls Fury, sacrificing a Ravager. I mean, I think my opponent is in awe right now. He's like, wow. They are like, wow. What just happened? What happened? Okay, I will take a 2-minute break. 1-minute break. Okay. Oh, the beating, yeah. How do I stop? Whoa. No. Banned. You will also get banned. And you will also get banned. Awesome. Oh yeah. So back to this. Boiling people just feels amazing. Okay, this kind is not cute. I guess the reason we play this is that we normally win. Normally, sometimes we win by a country mile, so we don't need to play. This is a 5-lander, but it has Hangaback, has Worker. I don't want to go down to 5. We can put back the forest, right? This can be a green source and a red source. I think this is a Danish player. I don't remember exactly who. Oh, prowess? Yeah. Tough. I would like to draw nozzly. Okay, that's not so good. I mean, playing this seems awful. We're in trouble here. They just drew this, or else they're not very good. Yeah, this is not looking good. We don't have a hand that beats this. Okay, this is an outlet. Oh. Okay, this actually could be. Okay, the emote dancers down. Sorry. Being about it is like the most dense thing. So it was good to slow roll this. Now if they bolt it, they also get a -1/-1. So that's decent. Okay, not gonna block, I guess. Yeah. Can block next turn. Because they have light of the stage. Oh, Delver. Okay. Spicy. This guy is so bad. Like, you have like such a small chance of actually getting to play that, but still people play it. You know, it's about tapping. But hang about. Like, it's so small the chance of you actually getting to flip this. Especially with no serum visions, nothing. It's like the minimalist, you know. But yet people tried. I mean, I know my opponent's gonna flip it right now, but I have no action, so flip it. Like, it doesn't matter how many spells you put, it's still very low. Like, even if you have 30, you have like 50% chance of flipping it, which is basically you're paying a 1/1 for half a 3/2. So that's a god shot on this stuff. I mean, not much we can do, so yeah. They also do not get any counters, sadly. I'll gladly block here. Okay, another god shot. This one will get counters on the possibly. So, yeah. Let's see what else they do. Nobody in chat today. Sad life. Now we can kill the Devil of Secrets. Alright, the opponent's playing really well, what can I say? Like, we're gonna take 9 here. We still get the -1/-1 counter though. So this can kill this, then we can play a worker and block with Enigma. Yeah. I mean, it's as good as it gets, I guess. It'd be nice to draw like a we can still like actually sack him. Huh. I mean, this doesn't do 2 damage, but yeah, we kill the Delver. I mean, it would be a worst case if he flips because then he has a 3/2 that kills me very fast. So this is dead. Now we can Kazuuls Fury people. They have Lava Dart. Yeah. I mean, it's not good, the situation. We draw? No, no Morphos. That's a really great top deck. Yeah. That forces a block. Plus, they could have removal. If they have another ball, if they have a ball, we're dead, basically. They should fetch first. You know, make your chances of drawing a card bigger. So if they have a ball, we're pretty dead. I'm gonna put it here anyway. They still have a lot of art they could have used, but they didn't. Huh. Cannot activate and the cast. Should we activate in Moth? Get a counter. Choices. Man, I drew a lot of lands, yeah. That makes it harder for them to do this. Yeah, so I'll activate. Of course, not attacking, just putting the counter from the other way. Too bad we didn't draw like spells, you know, like the whole game. We have 6 lands, 7 lands in our top of 11 cards, so they should have fetched earlier. That was a mistake. Should have fetched and then they should have with both and then draw. They played this right, yeah. They play Sculling Tarn. Oh, Sprite Dragon is very strong, but we can block it, I guess. They have Lava Dart. So they can have 1 Lava Dart and 1 unknown card. Okay, so if they Lava Dart this becomes a 2/2 and it trades with this. It's pretty bad. And this becomes a 2/2 and this dies directly. So if they Lava Dart, they will Lava Dart this, right? They will put it at 2. Or they can Lava Dart me, I guess. They block here. There's 2 damage, 3 damage, plus Lava Dart 4 damage. Yeah, not that. If I block here, they Lava Dart this dies. Okay, okay. I shouldn't have tapped this. Oh, that's awful. That was a mistake. Oops. That was a mistake. I don't think I would sack it anyway. Still prefer to... Oh yeah, with that. They have the bolt, so... They could have just bolted these. And that was also the game, so... Anyway, they beat us game 1. Playing against... that deck. We're on bolts. Mage and Razor has a space in our deck here. I don't love relics. I don't love any of these. I think Surgical is a bit too bad. I think Steel Overseer, they play Lava Dart, so yeah. We can cut, I mean, we can do like this. Yeah, Gembrace has Reach, and I'm pretty sure they play... They also could play Blood Moon, which is not the worst versus us, but... Maybe the play one is... Maybe because I think Scatter is also decent. We don't want to draw too many of these. Oh. We have a very slow hand and we didn't really get going. I like this hand actually. Like turn 1 animation modern, turn 2 we trigger it, and we can block a lot with that. We don't have a Pendelhaven, which is really great. Opponent kept 7 as well. No Lurus or anything, so it means they're playing Stormwing Entity. Or, I mean, they're not playing red, but you know guys what I mean. So Manifest Sphere hits us for 1. I don't know if they're actually... If they play Soulscar Mage again... I'll play Llano Waterborn. It's the best because you get to play a Tablan and make a dude, so... This is like really good. Next turn we can play Iron Worker, Trigger. I'm logging here. First, because it stops light up the stage, which is very important. And second, because they could, they could like bolt, like they could bolt you and deal like 1,000,000 damage. It's funny that they play. They're probably holding for sure light up the stage here. This is bolt. Really like the idea of bolting them. So you could play Armor Worker, make a servo, and bolt. And then we will go red, kill you, pass a turn, block with a servo. They are struggling on mana. So, advantage of that. No. You can have a double block actually. Okay, they don't even try. I think here the best is to play the Armor Ravager. Mistake. Yes, and okay, no, okay. Let's say yes, I think. I think I have enough. No, it's okay. So we oh, it's just concede. Okay. So blocking there, like this start was perfect versus their start. So we lined up very well. I don't know. I think this is a good hand. I think Lightning Bolt is good. Relics. We're not weak to Blood Moon in any way, so it's very nice. Yeah. I think Animation Model actually is really strong in this matchup. Because you lose a lot of the times because they put you at 10 very quickly. And they keep attacking you and they keep forcing these bad trades. Yeah, this hand is not bad because we can bolt whatever they play. This is Delver. Do I want to bolt the Delver? Probably not. I'm just gonna play if so we can bolt here. But if it flips, it flips. Like I don't think they play Spell Pierce versus us or anything. If it doesn't flip, maybe it's not necessary. They flip it. Got shot. So they will attack us. I mean, it's a 1 mana 3/2. But yeah, we can try to block it. If they have Mutagenic Growth, this sucks, but they don't. They have Gut Shot in hand, and yeah, they Gut Shot us, so they have light up the stage. Yep. So they have light up the stage, Monastery Swiss Spear. What do we do here? So we can play Throne, that sounds kind of bad. We can play Hangavac, and then play Animation Module Worker Servo next turn. Sounds like the best play here. So they have no light up the stage and monster suspended, no land. I may actually block the crash through. Okay. Okay, they found a land. I may actually, they cannot cast it light up the stage, so maybe I will. If they play a Swift Spear, I'm not gonna block it. You know, they cannot cast it light up the stage anyway, so I guess they play Lava Dart. That's fine. They still gonna play this. Wow. Both went to exile. Very interesting play. Guess we play Phyrexia Score. Play Animation Module. Play Urban Worker. Why wouldn't they play the... I don't know. Guess I'm not as far 5-head as them. So next turn we have Throne. They have land, so they have 3 cards. They have Lava Dart in hand, which is good, but not amazing. Meaning hand in graveyard. So that's Pride Dragon. We can kill that with the Sacrificial Boy. I think we can even erase it. I mean, they are like... They have 2 cards in hand. Yet another light up the stage. But they play a land already this turn. Yeah, land on Lava Dart. Okay. Ravager is amazing here. Even though they have a total of 3 Lava Darts, I'm not too afraid. This can become a 5-5. We go to... Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. We can kill them next turn with the Kazuuls Fury, so... And the Blood Semi will cost them life, right? So they get the land. They fetch, so they go to 10. They cast Lava Dart on us, sure. So they're trying to raise us here, but I think they think about this card. They have 2 Lava Darts in the graveyard now. Maybe they use them. I don't think, I mean, what kind of combination of cards? So Bolt puts us at... I mean, we kind of block it anyway, right? But Bolt puts us at 11. This becomes a 5-5. Lava Dart puts us at 8. This becomes a 7-7, so we're not even dead to that. So I don't know what we're dead to. Or we're not just dead. We just... Yeah, just attack us for 3. Sure. So we'll lead here at 0. Make it good. That's also kind of nice, but I think the Kazuuls Fury sounds nicer. So this is right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are there on board. Is there anything they could do to counter this? I don't think so, right? I could also just play a Hangavac and make a blocker. I don't think it's necessary. So they have double Lava Dart. Cool. So, yeah. So they untap. Let's see. I mean, we can always do it right after. So they Manamorphose. That's very strong. Huh. Just let them do it, I guess. We can play around this. We can be safe. Not lose to anything stupid here. 2 red. Dash through. Sure. High 5. I think if they dash through, okay, if they use this mana, but now it's 6 only, so we're still at dash through. 7. So if they so let's say if they lava dart us twice, we go down to 12. I don't think they kill us yet, right? If they bolt us though, and lava dart us twice, this will be a 10-10, and then we're dead. But we can always do it before the damage resolves. Can I just eat it now? Make it a 4-4 kill this. Okay, let's see what they do. Anyway, this is still a 7-7, so it's not dead. And it could be, we could go to 12, and this would be a 9-9, so we then to bolt afterwards. So maybe I just want to do this. So they need to actually sacrifice, so if we had the hit by 7, they could have bolt. They also could have mutagenic growth. So that would kill them through with a Kazuuls Fury directly. So let's think. If they don't cast anything, they cannot possibly kill us because they have bolt, lava dart, there's only 5 damage. Then we kill them with attacking. Right? So they need to cast something here. Okay. So now they bolted me. Okay, so now we sacrifice Servo. Say no. Sacrifice Servo. Man, the Kazuuls Fury will win as another match. Holy shit. No. And then we go Kazuuls Fury. Target you. Red, green. Sack this guy. Model here. And that's it. Will I be playing a Modern Challenge? Most likely not. Sadly. I think I don't have time today. This is kind of borrowed time already. I don't think they have a way to beat us. Okay. Guess we make a servo. Do they know how this works? Yep. They maybe didn't. Yeah, let's see what we play for our 4th match. Good thing of 3-0 is that, you know, as bad as you can do, the worst thing is, you know, you 3-2, which is not a disaster, right? Playing against Magic Dan. So there's many Dans in the world, but only one of them is Magic, and we are facing it right now. And they're playing first. I wasn't the player the first 3 rounds, I think, so no complaints. Okay, this hand is actually really good. This hand is actively good. We have also the Storm 1, Ballista. We can even go... Depends on what they play and what they... what is this? Lure. So maybe I will do the turn 1 animation module, turn 2, then overbone, get a counter. This guy on the play, on the draw, of course, but... I think versus this deck, if you get an animation model running, it's pretty hard for them to beat you. And... Oh, that's a Blister Call weird. It's actually a fantastic card to have a counter against. I guess I just play I don't like playing the auto lead because maybe we can play Walking Ballista and shoot this, but that's kind of bad. So yeah, I'll play lead like this and play animation module. I mean, these matchups on the draw are much harder than on the play. Probably they play Shadow. I don't know if they play any Shadows, or maybe they just play like a bunch of Red cards, I don't know. Lava dart. Yo, would like to be visible. Thank you. Nothing to do at our turn, so we give it back to it. I like Magic Online. It resembles a bit of chess, and I've been watching the Queen's Gambit, and you know, anybody has watched the Queen's Gambit knows it's an awesome show. And that's, I mean, this is not the worst. I mean, it will take, of course, one extra point of damage because of the Manamorphose compared to them not having a Manamorphose, but it's better that they Manamorphose now with one creature than the Manamorphose later with like 3 creatures, right? Or that they play a Swift Spear next turn and then Manamorphose. That's all I like, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying, I'm stating kind of the obvious, but it is important. Yeah. So we're probably playing the Unhonorable next turn, making a Cerebro to block. And then we go from there. That's Lava Darting us, I guess, and then they will light up the stage, I guess, as well. Or not, I don't know. Oh, they just missed a mana. Okay, I'm behind this, Surgical Extraction could target this Lava Dart, but 2 damage for that seems kind of bad, to be honest. I would do it if they had 2 Lava Darts. Probably. Huh, it's actually maybe not even a bad idea to do this. But do it now that they don't have a target, right? I'm not sure. Is this worth 2 points of damage? Probably, yeah. I mean, Lava Dart will end up doing more points of damage to us, and then we get the information. So maybe that's good. And we do it now so they don't... I mean, they can flash it back, but they lose Alliant, and we don't lose anything, right? So I kind of like doing this. I don't know. I'm not a surgical extraction expert by any means. This guy is really ugly, but hey, if he's working. So now they need to decide. They could exile it and then they prevent us from... Basically, they prevent us from killing. Like, they prevent us from exiling it if they have more in hand on anything or from the deck. So after Mobile Rage, Apostle's Blessing. Apostle's Blessing, this protection of color, growth, and then Mobile Rage. And they have 3 Lava Darts here. So they don't really have any action. And they have only 1 land. The Mobile Rage is a bit scary, but... The Mobile Rage, Boston Maya, and Apostle's Blessing, sure. Too bad you can't actually. I like to use... Okay. And they have on their deck, they have two more Temor Rages, Soul Mage, Scourges, 3 Scourges only, Monastery Swift Spear, Manamorphose, Lightning Bolts, Light of the Stages, Keen Fiend, Godshot, so no Soul Mages. I know, yeah, they do have Soul Mage, but not Death Shadow, and 3 Scourges, Skyclave, and 3 Blister Coil Weirds. Okay, and they have Temor Rage, Magician Growth, sure. So yeah, we gain a lot of information here, which is really nice, and we will just play this. And we make a dude. I mean, no, they kind of Lava Dartas now, which... I mean, they could have had another one in hand. That would have been awesome. They have growth, Montezanic Growth, the more Battle Rage, Land, and Apostle's Blessing. So, not to worry, not to worry. Of course, I'm gonna block here, so they need to use one of the spells. And none of them can kill the servo, so that's Boston Mire. Too bad it doesn't like show them the cards, you know. So yeah, they have Apostle's Blessing, Motogenic Growth, and Temor Battle Rage, which we anyway were locking no matter what, and then we're shooting it. Of course, they can get lures in their hands, but yeah. I like this. Is actually kind of nice to get this kind of information. It's really advantageous, I think, when you're playing scales to do that. So they're fetching. I mean, if we had exiled the Blomstein Mire, we could exile a line from their hand. So maybe they get lures back in their hand. I'm blocking, of course. I mean, not only does it force them to use at least a Temor Battle Rage. Or the Mutagenic Growth. Mutagenic Growth. I'm guessing they also will Temor Battle Rage. But that doesn't matter. Oh, that was badly done by our opponent. Because we blocked already. So this was dying anyway. So it's a 5-5. Is this lethal if they Temor Battle Rage? We take 9? Yeah, it's pretty strong. No, take... Oh, we go down to 3. Quite strong, quite strong. We still have 3. Maybe they have Lightning Bolt, and then they kill us with that. And I don't think there's a way we can... Yeah, that was strong. Maybe I should play Ballista at that point and just shoot it. Force them to use a Mutagenic Growth. Maybe we can just play this. So basically now if they draw a bolt, we're dead, but they only play like 3 bolts in their deck, right? So 4 bolts in their deck, so... I will put this one first on this track. Okay. So maybe they have Volt and then, yeah, whatever. Lands. Okay, so then they can choose to draw or get lures in hand. They get lures in hand. Okay. That's a Hardened Scales. So how do we do this? You can play Scales. Is this lethal somehow? Play Scales. Play Scales. We put 3 counter. We put counter here is a 3/3. With the animation model, I mean. We attack. And they go down to 5. Which is fine, I guess. That's one option. The other one is to sacrifice the servo. If we sack the servo, we can make another servo, I guess. So you can play this, play Scales, play Throne of Geth, sack the servo, put 2 counters over here. And then make another servo, and we end up with a servo that's not blocking. So we put them at 6. Huh. Not attacking, I mean. What is better? Interesting choice, eh? The Throne doesn't do much. I think we can play this as a green source. Throne doesn't do much. But I mean, it can do the turn after. I mean, this does more or less the same. Proliferate, yeah. So we attack with 3 and 1. That's 4, so if they tap, then they're dead. Maybe that's kind of nice. Yeah, we're playing the skills anyway. Okay. So now I'm thinking, do I put the counter? Maybe they draw balls with that anyway. So they go down to 5. The most damage we could do here, I think. So I have a bolt with that. They could draw for a bolt, or they could play Lurus. Draw a card. They're trying to find a bolt. And excellent. They're fetching to 4. So they cannot shock it. They shock their dead, of course. But I guess if they play lures, they are dead. We just shoot it down. Sure. Okay, we won. Easy. So we can shoot lures down. Yeah. Wow, we beat them. Holy shit. On the draw. So the guy's actually giving us so much information is so great. We're lucky to dodge the bolt, of course, but this is what it is. So we saw mostly no Thoxises or anything. We saw mostly removal, like mostly creatures and pump spells. So removal is quite important. And only 3 Scourge of the Skyclave, so bolt is really good. Didn't really see anything graveyard related. Not many Thoxises, as I said. Lavadar they had. Full playset. Surgical was good, but I don't know how I feel about it in the post-border games. Torpor doesn't do much. Gembrazer they don't have flyers. Maybe they have Blood Moon, but we don't really care. Veil of Summer, they didn't have any. Yeah, they only have like killing spells basically. So it's just Bolt is the only really good card that we have against them. But I'm wondering if the Steel Overseer on the draw is just too slow. And instead we would like to have a... I mean, Relic is actually decent in this matchup. And it doesn't cost us life. I mean, Relic stops the Lurus, and I don't want to bring a lot, but maybe one is just, you know... Huh. Okay, let's try it like this. Yeah. We were lucky that they didn't find the... They didn't find the bolt up there, of course. But they only play 4, right? This hand is pretty good. They choose to play first, they have Lures of the Dream then. Now it's showing me the dialogue, so now I'm not missing it anymore. But for a while it was not showing you a dialogue, so it was really hard to know. So we have a Bolt, which is great, turn 1 play, even though we give them 1 life. It's not the end of the world. But I guess I understand why this card is good now, because it, you know, in this matchup, I would rather give them 1 life than take 1 damage myself. So if they play like any creature, I will just bolt it right away. I don't want to be dealing with... They keep 6. I don't want to be dealing with them shenanigans, basically. If it's Soulscar Mage, I'm going to bolt it. If it's Monster Sphere, I'm going to bolt it. They have of course, Mutagenic Growth they can use. And that's strong, but... I mean, yeah. Okay, Kazuuls Fury, not great now, but maybe it's great later. So I just like to bolt it right away. If they have a Mutagenic Growth, it's like we wasted the Mutagenic Growth and we saved 3 points of damage. So sometimes they don't have that many hands with a lot of threats. Even though if they play a Scourge of the Skyclave here, it will be rather bad, I think. Maybe I'll play this tapped and play the animation module. Scourge. Or most likely I'm just gonna play a Ballista and shoot it down, right? Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. We have a lot of action. I mean, it's unfortunate, but this becomes quite large quite quickly. So we just ping it. Sure. When you're on the draw, these are better plays to make than when you're on the play. Lightning Bolt us, so they have light up the stage. But we can play Animation Module, Worker, and make a servo. Double Manamorph as well. Next time's gonna be good. But no land, so if they don't have a land, they miss a land drop, sure. So we draw land. So if we draw scales, we want to have green. And this could be a red, so I can maybe put it... I can just play this, right? Yeah, I'll play this. Play the module. Play the worker. Always yield. I used to undervalue my animation model in these matchups. I could also play Scaviar Recombiner, but yeah. So now they can start cycling these, but if they don't have creatures, it's not as scary. They take damage. Yeah. So next turn we play this. I don't know if I want to play green or red. They cast Metamorphose again. So these Metamorphose are sort of wasted because they don't get to, you know, they use Metamorphose to trigger their creatures while drawing cards. Which is still 2 cards. I mean, they got a +1 card. Anyhow, just strong, but if they cannot use their mana right now, and it's both red, so they didn't get black. So most likely I'm gonna play this as a. I'm not sure if I want to play it as a red or a green source. I also understand this card can kill the shadows. It's kind of funny. But I'll play the Scabier Combiner and make a Serval. They play Block Crypt. You shocked. Maybe they put lures in their hand. Maybe they do. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah. Okay, they drew a lot of cards this turn, let's say. What play is the best? Yeah, I think putting these as a green source. Playing a Scabier Recombiner and making a Serval is the play. And they only play Scourge, they don't play Death Shadow, so it's okay to hit them. You can even sack with the Kazuuls Fury, the Scabier Recombiner, kill the Lurus, put counters on the Ballista. It's kind of sweet. Another Manamorphose, again without creatures, sure. You actually could have lethal here next turn with Kazuuls Fury. So King Fiend. Kiln Fiend. Common card, by the way. Holy shit. So I have a Lurus and an unknown card in hand. This doesn't have haste, though. They're keeping interaction up, seems. No more lands, probably would have played already. This only gets +3/+0. It doesn't become any bigger. That's my turn. Oh, that's Ravager. Huh. So we can get a Ballista. Probably we can win, right? Like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 counters. 8. Plus the attackers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Ravager. I'm going to die with these 3 guys. Sack, they're going to 8. Yeah. I'm not going to play the... I'm not going to make servos. No, you don't need to play this, but I think it's okay. This guy's attack. Yeah, I need to find a ballista here. Good luck there. Maybe it's not bad to just put it on the servo. Did they too? We think we don't go for it. So they have only a bolt, which I think they do. They cannot really stop this. We don't even need to go for it. We can wait until then they do something. We had 16. And I guess I'm gonna save that as well. Maybe they decide to bolt now. If they bolt, they're dead. Leaving live on the edge here. Okay. So this is just a straight target artifact. So now it's already lethal, right? So I can just sacrifice it and put it here, and then keep the animation model on the servo. And if they win the match, sure. 4-0. Nice. Yeah, I think we played pretty well. I think that's a lot of people feel a bit overwhelmed with the Scabby Combiner, but I think once you've played enough toolbox decks, you know, I remember playing Yakmoth decks and Eladamri's toolbox decks, and even the Helio deck in a way is a toolbox deck. You know, you become much more comfortable thinking what you have in your deck left. You know, I think a lot of times and here we basically only have like 2 targets that we really like. But this was an excellent example how to play a game on the draw. We made some unconventional choices. We didn't play animation model turn 1, instead we bolted. Then we play Ballista turn 2, but to shoot the Scourge. But basically when you're on the draw, you have more resources than your opponent. And your opponent has the advantage because it's placed first, right? So your opponent has a mana advantage and you have a resource advantage. So you want to leverage your resource advantage. You want to play 1 for 1 and basically stop them. At some point, their aggression stopped. Like you saw, I think they got lures in their hand, right? They light up this. They bolted us, light up the stage. Manamorphous get lures in your hand, and that was kind of okay. They lost the tempo advantage that you have inherently for being on the play, and then from there we were able to establish a board presence and kill them the subsequent turns. What about this hand though? The Orage is good, but no extra, no 1-drop. 4 lands, surgical. I think this hand is actually a mulligan. Yeah. This hand is better. I like this one. Don't know what we're playing against. No Lurus was shown. 3 lands I like. I think the Worker may be the weakest card here because Llanowar Reborn kind of does the same. Then Worker, make a servo, and then we can. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna put the Worker here. Even the Worker, as I said before, is one of the best cards in the deck. Okay, May again, another blood-red deck. That's all we're playing against. So you have a healer deck, maybe it's not a bad time to dust it off. Maybe Jaunt. It's probably Jaunt, in fact, because they don't have Lurus. I'm guessing they take the animation module, but also Llanowar Reborn is a good take. I mean, sorry, Hangover Walker is a good take. I'm glad we mulliganed that hand. The hand did not beat Jaunt very well. This hand is much stronger, even though we're 1 card behind. Again, we are on the draw. So resources are not so important. I'm always more willing to mulligan on the draw because you first need either a faster hand. You need a faster hand to keep up with your opponent, so you cannot just pass the first 3 turns. And you need to have a hand. You need to have a That's smart, I guess. It also takes us away from using it basically. So we play Llanowar Reborn anyway and pass. There is most likely gonna be here ooh, that's spicy. Ether Vial. What are we playing against? What brew is this opponent? This could be a Bolt, so they know about the hangover. I actually really like the idea of just playing the Ozolith here. I know it's not the fastest play, but Ether Vial, Blood Crypt, and High Islet. That's and Thoughtseize. Playing the Brew, but they're probably 4-0, so they are probably a good deck. Red, blue. No. So this one is the one that has Echo, and so we're playing. Oh, we're playing Goblins. I can play this Red Source. Of course, if I knew where they were going to play this. Is it that bad, the matchup with Persuzura? I beat them, but I could see it. Basically, what happens is that when you lose, you will lose by a mile. It's never close. Like, if they get going, you just lose in like minutes. Like, I mean, like, it's like they have like 20 mana and take all the turns and they have 3 planeswalkers, but maybe they have a Snoop here and we're dead. They actually have lethal next turn if they tap out. So what is this? Oh my god, this main deck? Sweet, man, respect. But yeah, so maybe they sack it. Maybe Thoughtseize again. Maybe kill the Ozolith. That'd be sweet. So, ooh, that's a dodgy play, man. I'm not blocking it. So honestly, I think I'm gonna go for it. So I sack. There's gonna be a 3/3. Put 3 counters over the in-mouth. So let me see again. I play this. Stack is gonna be a 3/3. Put 3 counters over the in-mouth. 3 counters come here. That's 5. And 3 it's 8. Well, we're one short. We could actually die next turn, but I think what we're gonna do is just gonna play a forest and we're gonna play the dude and like this. We are one short and they are tapped out, but we are missing 1 mana, so just gonna put it here. Can we? Oh, maybe we could have killed like 2. So if I sack here is a 3/3, 5. No, it's not lethal. So we hit them for 4. I mean, if they kill us next turn, okay. They're 10 now. But they play like what I feel those decks are becoming more and more is they're so greedy that they are like cutting even. They don't even play 4 Paths to Exile anymore. So I think, I mean, it's not great, but also, I mean, I'm playing Boil on the sideboard, which I think actually, I mean, I completely destroyed my blue opponent on this league. So they are doing that. That's cool. Goblin Matron, sure. What are you looking for, opponent? They're dead on board. Maybe not on board. Conspicuous noob. Okay, they're tapping out here. So unless they have exactly... Okay. I mean, I'm taking it if they're attacking. I don't care. So that's it, right? Okay. So we can beat them. Oh, this is scales as well. Okay, that was easy. We don't want to show them that they were dead on board. So maybe they're completely tapped out. This does nothing. So I can hit here. Sure, play another Ozolith. Activate Inmoth. I mean, they are dead anyway. Like, I give them the poison because I think people like hate it more. But I think Boil can solve a lot of the issues that we have in this matchup, in the blue matchup, and as well as we win. I mean, and yeah, I don't know. Like, we can look at a list after the matches and we can talk about it. I think, okay, it's not the best. It's not a best matchup. It's not like a matchup where you're like, okay, I'm sweet, it's Uro. But I feel that a lot of times they mess up, and then we can actually take advantage of that. I don't know about Surgical. Probably not good. Torpor Orb is actually super good against them. I don't know about Gem Razor. I don't know about Relic. That's good. I don't know about Bales either. So I'll take one of those lowest cards. I like Steelverseer, but not on the draw, I guess. I think on the draw it's a bit slow. Throne of Gaia is great against the Vile decks. Animation Model can block. I don't know about the Bales of Summer. No, I don't think this matchup is about Bale of Summer. Maybe it is. So if they don't go to... yeah, I haven't played the League with Yogg in a long time. I mean, I think Yawgmoth is a super cool deck. I'll do it. I haven't played. I'm not very good, I think, but I can play Yawgmoth. I mean, I enjoy the deck a lot, and I own it on paper, so I think this is good, right? I mean, I think Veil of Summer is a bit over sideboarding. They only really play like... I guess Veil of Summer also prevents the combo kill. But they don't play that. They play like Forethoughts. Maybe they play also Fatal Pushes. I guess I can cut one animation model for one Veil, and then if I see more, I can bring another one. Let's do that. But I'm 4-0 right now. They play this card, but they also play Fatal Push, I think. So maybe one Veil can get them. I like to think about that. This hand is kind of a loser, eh? I mean, it's a good hand if we draw lands, but if we don't draw lands, we are super stuck. So we're gonna mull it. The opponent is also mulliganing, and the way this hand is much better. Turn is great versus a Bile. Actually, animation model, I don't know how I feel on this hand on animation model. Yeah, yeah, I actually love Piece of Forgotten Gods of Gods. I always thought about making a deck about it, but never got around it. Also, it looks good. I think the worker needs to be the card, right? That goes here. So what's the plan with this hand? They kept 6, so we play Ozolith turn 1. Turn 2 we can play Ballista. Turn 3 we can play... I like to play Worker and Throne of Gods, so I'll probably put the animation model back. It's not crazy. But I really would like to have Ozolith, Worker, and Throne of Gods, also to proliferate the vials. So I think I'm gonna put the animation model back. And maybe we can draw it later. So they start with a land no more play. So I guess I'm just gonna start Imp of Nexus, Ozolith. So yeah, I like the idea of playing Ballista turn 2 and then Worker and Throne of Gods turn 3. I hope they didn't play go Snoop into... I cannot beat Snoop into the other thing. Okay, but this is great because they will have it in hand. Other ones you control, so they can sack a goblin to a straight target artifact, but I mean, if they do that, we have another Ballista, so sure. They can kill the... I don't think they sack the Snoop. Of course, if they have Bower Harbinger, I guess we can, when they try to copy it, we can shoot it, so that's something. I know model is good, but we're on the draw, and I like my hand, the rest of my hand. And I didn't see, like, I really like the idea of playing Worker next turn and Throne of God. So that is in their hand now. These, so that's an anti-shovel. That's good. Okay, no land drops for opponent. Okay. Maybe they have land drops. I don't know. Obviously not blocking here. Oh, they did have a land drop. Just happened too fast for me. So I'll take it. Let's see what they play now. If they have Bogart, we can actually beat it. So it's kind of nice. Bolt is also really nice. Like the idea of bolting this makes me kind of happy. Because if we Throne and Worker, we put 1 counter here, we put another counter here, that's 3, and then 2 here, 5. I mean, that's not bad. This can be whatever, doesn't matter. I'll say, doesn't matter, right? I can put, difficile. So, what is the choice? They have 3 mana open. Maybe we just want to play a Throne and hold up Bolt. Because maybe they have this munition expert guy, right? It's like an instant speed dude. We also can kill with Bolt if they play the big dude, they can bolt it. I kind of like that. I kind of like that play. I'll play Throne and hold up Bolt. I'm not attacking into the munition expert guy. So they have an anti-shovel, so they can play it next turn. Yeah, maybe keeping the worker was bad, but I don't know. So having Inquisition on the top, just good to know. They play Shovel, the Shovel, the Dredge Master. So now I need to think. This is a Bolt, all the goblins you control. So, so I can sacrifice. This can sacrifice itself, right? But I can Bolt this now, and then we can play Worker, Ballista next turn, and that's kind of nice. And this is a 3/3 that can sacrifice itself to kill a dude. That's just fine. So we will Bolt here. Because bolting these, then they can sack 2 and we lose 2, and it's kind of like a 3-4-1, right? So we just bolt a Snoop, which is a card we want dead anyway. So they're drawing Inquisition of Kozilek. So, yeah, this resolves. Wow, they're not sacking or anything in response. So that was my plan with the hand. Yep. So I'm attacking them. I just want to kill it, right? I mean, they kill it and then they shoot this something back. I mean, I just hate. Wait. They have Inquisition and 2 unknowns. No, they draw Inquisition this turn. Right. So they draw Inquisition this turn, and yeah. So I think this is fine. I mean, we can sack the Moth Nexus to fill this. So it's another land. Yeah, we take the Ballista. Nothing we could do there. They have 2 cards in hand. Okay. So what does this guy do? So when a Slingain Lieutenant enters the battlefield, create 2/1/1. So we don't really want this guy to be a thing, and this is. So we want to kill these before it makes 2 guys, right? So. So you probably shoot this guy, right? So probably like, I mean, it doesn't matter at some point. We'll end up, I can end up with a 3/1. It's better to end up with 2 2s. 2 2 2s. Your mom won't let you borrow $10 so you can play a... she will let you borrow $10. Okay, they kill the Ozolith. Sure. One guy in hand for opponent. So we can... we lose a life, right? But we definitely didn't want that guy to be... I mean, this is not the end of the world. Oh, that scales. That's just fucking great, man. You gain a life, but then I can do this. Sack here. Shoot this guy. Okay. Shoot. Shoot. I mean, it's more damage this way. What are you gonna play in that league? You need to make it count, man, so you can play another one. So I'm guessing next turn we can sack the Throne of God to itself, and we have almost lethal, right? 5 and 4, 9. Yeah, that's lethal. Bam! 5-0! 5-0, motherfuckers! Hell yeah! Also dominating, I feel. Also dominating. Nice. 5-0 with scales. It had been a while since I'm 5-0 with actual scales. Normally 5-0 with Heliod recently. So I can go... Yep, scales. Hell yeah. So, yeah. I guess I could take a screenshot of these. So, we played against... This was prowess. This was... What the fuck? This was a blue... Jeskai control. And this was Dredge. We beat them with Kazuuls Fury. Then we beat the red-black prowess deck. And then Goblins for the 5-0. A lot of 2-0s. Pretty nice. Easy. You didn't know I was playing for a 5-0, right? Yay. So the deck felt great. Yeah. So this is the deck list. I recommend it. So this card actually won me 3 games. And one of them we would not have won without it. I'm pretty sure. So this card was pretty good. Like, it actually is a fun card. Like, it just... so unexpected, and we're very good. Actually, we're really good at making a very big dude, but sometimes we're not very good at pushing the damage through if it's not with Ballista. So this makes any creature into a ballista, basically. Just throw them at throw whatever Ravager at their face. So it's been nice. Lightning Bolt has been spectacular. Like whenever we cast it. Talia Retikathar. Wow, that's spicy. Then Surgical Extraction was not as good this league, but it was really good, for example, versus the Red Black Shadow deck where we exiled Lava Dart, so they couldn't use it. And we also, basically, they saved us 2 damage, right? Because it was 1 damage from the Lava Dart, but it didn't cost us life because it was 1 damage from the Lava Dart, 1 damage from the Prowess trigger. And then we also saw their hand was all full of pump spells, but they had no more creatures, so we could play around that. I have no missed stirrings. I think there was the numbers are fine in this deck, so you don't really need the stirrings. No draw lands as well, but you use mana super well, including Kazuuls Fury. So this is really like these cards are. I mean, I think we're just beginning to realize the power of these cards. You can try that. Also, Orcan of Emeria does that, but also then you can only play 1 card afterwards. So you can try it, like Talia's Heretic Qatar versus the Uro decks. But also, you know, like I didn't even play against an Uro deck this league. I played against Jeskai Control, but not Uro. Silver Seer was great, and of course, get sided out, especially versus Lava Dart decks. But in general, this card is, I think, removal is kind of on the downswing, funnily enough, because these Uro decks, Jeskai decks, they're trying to kind of one-up each other, and removal is very bad versus them. Removal is also pretty bad against Titan decks, so sometimes there's not a removal. Hello, Cowdy, mate. I just 5-0 with this league, with this list. Hello. Hi, Sądem Gdansk. And then on the sideboards, the sideboard felt really good. Yeah, Bale was good. The third Lightning Bolt makes a lot of sense in the matches where you want to bring it. It's just great. Like one of the Shadow matchups, I mean, all these leagues, I mean, I feel I played pretty well, and the matchups went as I planned, and that's a testament of a good list when things go as according to plan. So versus the Prowess deck, they started game 1, game 2 they went Mercy Swiss Spear, we bolted it, then so we were at 19, then they played Scourge of the Skyclave, and then we ballisted it, and then they had no more threats. So I really like the Lightning Bolt. Yeah, I used the Lightning Bolt. The Lightning Bolts, I used them in a lot of matches, like in at least 2 matches. They were good. And this card, the Kazuuls Fury, is basically a flinked effect. It's also a sack outlet. Won me 3 games, in fact. 1 versus Dredge, where I made an 11-11 topter and I just threw it at their face. 1 versus Prowess, where I was, like basically they were at 4 and I had a Ravager, so I just ate stuff and threw it at their face. And yeah, 1 versus the, because I called the Jeskai Control guy. He tapped out and then I threw it at his face as well at the end of turn. So that's really nice. This card, Lightning Bolt, is also really good. And the nice thing of this version is that you don't need to play basic mountain. So all your cards tap for green. All the mountains that you have except Kazuuls Fury tap for green. So you never don't cast your hand skills, and you have an easier time casting your Gembrazer. And on top of that, we have a lot of green sources, more than normal scales. We have 8, what's that called? This is 11. We have 12 green untapped green sources, so we almost always tap the scales. And it doesn't die to Blood Moon. You know, one of the worst feelings when you play like black-green Lurus, and then they Blood Moon you have 3 green spells and Lures in hand, and you're like, oops, fuck. So no ancient steerings either. The Surgical Extraction was also really good. I think this card could see a staple in the deck, honestly. Like, the information is just so strong, and it's so good versus like Mystic Sanctuary events, Uro, you know, like, yeah. The last league I played versus this deck, I went 4-1, and I lost the last match to an Uro player where I took 2 Uros from their hand and Uro from their graveyard. And I managed to still lose that game, I know. Then Torpor Orbs versus the human matchups, even the Dredge matchup, I brought this in. And versus humans, which is, you know, always up there. And versus the Skyclave Apparition decks, especially Green-White Titan. Stopping both Skyclave and Titan makes this card pretty good. And one of the best options you have on the board. And you have a lot of cards that are not very good versus Titan, like Animation Module, Throne of Death. And then the Boil, I used versus the only blue deck I played against, and I destroyed them. They tapped out for a Platinum Imperium, and I just casted the Boil in their end phase, and hey, you have no lands. You have an 8-8, but no lands. So from there, I just blocked the Platinum Imperium with a servo and I beat them. So overall, like it's like this is a very light splash, but it makes a lot of sense because it doesn't cost you almost anything. It only costs you. It doesn't even cost you utility lands, because if you think there are so I guess these are utility lands, more or less. You know, they're not, these lands are here not only for their color, but also because they're strong, right? So we're playing 13 utility lands, and if you look at the mono green deck, it's not playing many less. So this one is playing 16, but it's of course monocolor, so you don't have access to bolt and stuff. Dude, actually, in Leon and RB, actually you could play. I mean, I think it's not even a bad idea to play something like a Tectonic Edge on the main board, and Leon and RB turn the sideboard. Then you don't play any hate for lands, so you don't need to play Damping Sphere, I think, and you can beat them by like kind of, yeah, just keeping them from searching. That is a good question. Why Grove over Kapusan Forest? I didn't even know the card was called this way. I guess the Kapusan Forest is the one that deals you damage. The main reason is that the list I took first, and I kind of made some changes. It was running this, and I also thought, I in fact thought it was like the forest thing, but it actually came up versus the Scourge deck, right? So I needed to bolt their Scourge, and I was on 19. Sorry, I needed to bolt their Monastery Swiftspear, and I was on 19. And they gained a life. If I had had the line that deals me 1 damage, then I would be at 18, so the next turn I couldn't Ballista the Scourge. So it actually came up that this card was better than the other one. Because, you know, you will beat them anyway. Giving them 1 or 2 life is not so bad in the matchup. So it actually was, it actually came up quite often. Like actually in that matchup specifically came up that if I had had the other land, I would not have been able to Ballista, and they would have a 2/2 Scourge, and from there, I don't think we win the game. I mean, I can show you actually. Starts talking. I will play another league. I just need to take. I just reinstalled Modo, by the way. So we're playing against this guy, and it was the second game. So I'll show you what I mean. Now this deck is feeling really strong. Holy shit! I mean, Scales is a really good deck. Like, so here, you know, I have this hand. I'm like, okay, this hand is perfect on the draw. You play Lightning Bolt, you play Animation Model, you defend, right? So opponent starts with a Monastery Swiftspear. They go to 17, so already, you know, they are a lower life than us. And here I bolt it, and but I'm at 19 now. If I was at 18, then this Scourge would be a 2/2. This Scourge will be a 2/2, and then I couldn't Ballista it. And I Ballisted it because I cannot let this guy grow out of control. I have no way in my deck to beat this if this becomes a 6/6. So I just bolt it, I Ballisted. They are 3 cards left, and they need to start doing these shenanigans like bolting me to get light at the stage and all that. And then at that point, I just control the game. And they're running out of resources. They draw a lot of cards, but in this time, they are like trying to find more threats. I establish a board presence, and I win the game. No, like Apparition is too hard on the mana to cast on Corf. Like you need like 16 or 18 mana sources to cast Skyclave Apparition on Corf. I would play Lurus. If you don't have any, if you're not playing Scapulary Combiner anyway, because you're playing Luminarch Aspirant, I go and play. But here they're on board, so just give them some time. I'll upload this later. I will make this into a video and upload it. I'll of course put a clickbait title that tells everyone that I'm 5-0ing. So Big Monkey 369, I like it, like your name, mate. Send me the Jagdmont list and I'll play it. That feels so good. I haven't 5-0 in a while, and I threw away 2 4-0s that I could have won. I could have won 5-0. I threw it away. And I also won the QPs to play on the showcase in, I think it's the 5th of December, so I have like 20 days. This is pretty cool. I think, I mean, you see it and it should be bad. Like you think this card, there's no way this is a good deck. Because it's like, why would you play Lightning Bolt? Why would you Splash Red? I mean, what is this shit? But then you play it and it's actually, Nice, Magic Dan is from the LGS. That's funny. He was playing Red Black Shadow. Is it possible to see the chat on the screen? I guess so. I need to figure out how to make it like a black background, but whatever. Yeah, I mean, he played okay, I guess. It was, I had a good hand. Had a good plan as well. I think this deck has a plan versus, especially with the boils. I think the boils make it much better than it was. Like the boils give you a plan versus the Titan deck and versus the... Because with 24 lands, you do get, like, I think I calculated 2/3 of the games you hit the 4th land drop turn 4, let's say. So, Boil actually gives you an out to Amulet Titan, and it gives you an out to the Claimer deck, and it gives you an out to the blue, like, what's it called? Jeskai or Uro decks, because you can just... You have this thread that they didn't expect that just wins the game on the spot. Yeah, send me the list, Big Monkey, and I'll play it. And yeah, this has been really fun.